Wow, this is a blue screen, much like me, with my blue glasses and my blue shirt and my blue shirt and my blue shirt. Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the Trained Unprofessional, and welcome back to Major Minor. Yeah, I don't know what to say about the last one. The last few episodes have been very crammed with stuff, where it seems like we are truly getting to the point where shit is starting to come down to it, and new characters are being introduced, and plot developments, and it's a whole bunch of crazy shit. And a couple people have estimated that I only have a few episodes left of this series, and I hope, people keep telling me to go for the good ending. I hope that I don't fuck that up. I hope I don't. So let us continue. Where am I? What's going on? Wasn't I supposed to be in Terra by now? Last time this happened, it was almost instant. But I don't feel the rush of inertia either. It's almost as if I'm not moving at all. That's certainly counterproductive, especially if I was needed on Terra. I hear a voice, and I feel my feet touch the ground. Was someone calling out to me? I quickly face the direction that it came from. It sounds like someone panicking, calling for help. But as I chase after it, it gets worse. Suddenly that one voice multiplies. This is long until I can't even hear my own thoughts. I can tell because I fucking can't hear what I'm saying. It's as if millions of voices are bombarding me at once. The sheer volume brings me to my knees. I cover my ears, but this does next to nothing. It's almost as if the voices were in my own head. Are these the voices, the people I have to save? Or could it be something else? What's going on? I scream, begging them to stop, but nothing happens. The cacophony of voices continues to assault me. It feels like an eternity before they start to subside. But when they do, I'm utterly confused. Wow. That's a sudden fucking... The sight before me hurts my mind even more. Oh, hey, you're finally here. You've been on every save screen ever, but now you're finally fucking here. Hey, William. I'm glad to see you again. Rocker? But didn't Singe say that he was murdered? With everything that happened, I thought Max did it. You're right. Max did kill me. I hate myself for trusting her like that, but it's already done. I can't go back. I ask him what he's doing here. I wonder if he knows where we are. I really don't know anything. In fact, I was gonna ask you. It seems like you're important. Ever since Max killed me, it's almost like we've been connected. I've been seeing things through your eyes, but I've been hearing all these voices too, so I don't think I'm the only one. Seeing through my eyes? That doesn't make any sense to me. There are way too many voices, but sometimes you can make them out. They're definitely watching you as well. It's one of the reasons I'm not scared. I don't feel like I'm really dead. Like, perhaps I can get out of here. Do you know anything about that? I would really like to go back home. A lot of people miss me right now. I have to give him bad news. In fact, I was just as confused as he was. That's unfortunate. I was hoping you'd have some information, but I guess that was too much to ask for. He starts to fade away. Well, I keep thinking one thing. If this is really if this really is the afterlife, then maybe I'll get to meet him again. Hey, don't go! We still need to talk! I shout as loud as I can. I would too if Bree wasn't... Oh, no. Your bond with Rocker was not strong enough. Oh, it was? Oh, okay. It seems like my desire was enough to bring him back. He looks around confusingly. I guess we both don't know what happened. That's odd. It felt like you were fading away. Another moment and I would have lost you. But I'm glad... Is this what the affection points are for? So the one person I don't have an affection point with is going to be the person I didn't fucking let get blown up. Don't you think an affection point should go out for that? I'd even accept Keela not having an affection point for me after, not choosing him, but... Isn't that a little fucking weird? But I'm glad to have you back. I wasn't ready to end that conversation. There's just so much to talk about. From my viewpoint, he was the one fading away. Oh, is that so? Well, we probably shouldn't question it. I think that's barking up the wrong tree. I agree. Everything about this was impossible. One question would lead to an infinite amount of them. It was best to stick to things we know as fact. Well, I saw what happened. It seemed that Max didn't stop at me. I can't imagine what you must have felt. Being forced to make a choice like that? I had to close my eyes, to be honest. Nobody should be put through that. But I guess Rook lives enough for another day. We should try to focus on the positives. I smile and admire his optimism, but things were a little more complicated for me, and the bomb scenario was likely just the beginning. Did you know that Max has a list? At first I didn't know what it was, but it's clear that it's her hit list. A hit list? So she did plan every aspect of this. This music is a ripoff of Final Fantasy X's music. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Clace, you ripped off Final Fantasy. I don't know if not everyone has played Final Fantasy X. So if you got a piece of music that you didn't know was a ripoff of Final Fantasy X's music, like the piano music that's at the beginning of it, this music is incredibly similar to that. Even at some point having the same exact fucking bits. I can't let that go. I hope it wasn't intentional stealing. Whoever made this music had to have done it intentionally as a ripoff of Final Fantasy X. That is kind of fucked. I asked Rocker who else was on that list. Perhaps I could use this information to my advantage. She showed it to me before I died, but honestly, it's all a blur. Let me think about it for a moment. It's exactly like Final Fantasy X's music. Holy shit. He rests his paw on his chin and starts to ponder. Several moments pass before he starts to speak. When he does, he lists the name of my friends. Everybody under the roof of the convention center. Except for me, though. My name is mysteriously absent. And I ask him why that is, assuming that maybe he forgot. No, it definitely wasn't there. I remember that part vividly. Maybe you are special. Special enough to be spared, at least. I'm not sure if that was meant to be reassuring. Nevertheless, I thank him before moving on. Do you think you'll remember all of that? It's probably best to tell Akron. Maybe he can make more of that information. It won't be hard for me to remember. Everybody but me is all I have to say. But I wonder why I wasn't on her little list. Did it have to do with me being the savior? I shrug my shoulders and assume that I'm correct. She said she wanted to teach me some lessons. I doubt that taking my life was part of the equation. At this point in time, Rocker stood there in silence. I feel bad for getting lost in my own thoughts. I should probably capitalize on the time we have. While he was fading away, he mentioned him. I assumed that he meant Clace, but I decided to ask. Oh no, not at all. It was somebody far more important. No offense to Clace, of course. I shrug. I doubt he'd be hearing us in here. I listen intently and ask for him to continue. Well, it's kind of a long story. I don't know if we have the time. For some reason, I think we have more than enough. I tell him there's nothing to worry about. That is, unless he's too shy to continue. No, it's not that I'm shy. Oh, it's partly because I'm shy. He rubs his arm nervously, looking at the floor, for whatever passes for the floor at this place. Would you promise not to repeat anything? I just feel like I should tell somebody. You might be the last person I see. I'd have no reason to repeat anything. And oddly enough, what he said was true. I have no idea how or why I'm seeing him right now. After this, we may never see each other again. This is probably going to seem random, but, I mean, why would I just open up so fast? But the truth is, I don't even know why. There's something about this place. There's something about you as well. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know if I'm really dead. This could just be the process of dying. In that case, I'm having flashbacks. I guess your life does flash before you, even as boring and sad as it can be. My parents had so many kids, and of course I was the last one born. By that time, I guess they stopped caring. Why would we need to raise Rocker? This must have been what they thought. They already raised 6 other children. I guess they thought they did it enough. Their desire to raise another child waned. I was neglected for most of my youth. I guess it can make you more independent, but usually that's something you want. I don't even remember their voices. In fact, I remember the silent treatment. My dad would have his coffee in the morning, and then he'd talk to everybody but me. I started to think they didn't want me. I thought that maybe they hated me, so I did what any kid would have done. I packed my bags and ran away from home. I thought it would be the best thing to do. Of course, we've all considered it before. I remember it rained that night. I was standing on a strange road. I was lost and completely alone, and they picked that moment to care. But the roads weren't meant for driving. A police car picked me up that night. I was told my parents got into an accident. I'm sure you can guess. They died. But why did they pick that moment? They had years to show that they cared. Needless to say, I felt responsible. But my family blamed it on me, too. None of my siblings took me into their care, and suddenly, nobody wanted me around. After that, I became government property. They had some programs that helped me, keeping kids off the street. I was sent to a boarding school. I had to continue my education, after all. The free food and shelter was nice, too. But I was still depressed at everything. I entered my teenage years with resent. I said it should be resentment, but okay. Maybe that's a Canadian thing. High school was a nightmare at first. That is, until I discovered music. I'd look forward to school every single day. I don't know why, but it just calmed me. We tried all sorts of instruments, but I had an affinity for the guitar. The music teacher even took a liking to me. I was invited to class after hours. He said he wanted to teach me more. I didn't really have anything better to do. My grades drastically improved. I poured my heart and soul into the music. I found release from all my stress. We became inseparable. Everyone thought I was weird. Why were a student and teacher so close? But it didn't seem weird to me. Maybe I was in some sort of denial, or maybe I just wanted a real father figure. Someone to listen to and learn from. That can easily make all the difference. He helped me with all of my problems, sometimes at the expense of his own. As you probably guessed, he isn't alive. It turned out music was his release too, but after so many years of doing it, well, I guess it stopped helping him. He didn't show up for almost a week. It was bad, so the police got involved, and they found him dead in his home. He took his own life. I was devastated, completely lost, but I was too scared to run away. Well, after what happened last time, it turns out he put me on his will. I guess he didn't have a family either. Maybe that's why we weren't able to. Maybe that's why we were able to relate. He left me one of his prized possessions, the bass guitar strapped to my back. That's why I believe what I do. People can live on in their belongings. I give them an eternal meaning. And I was glad that you agreed with me. It's a sentiment that was lost to the ages. But that's not all he gave me. Apparently, he had a lot in his savings, and so I got a sizable inheritance. It was enough to go to any school I wanted, and so when I graduated, it was off to college. But soon enough, I fell into a slump. Probably the same one he did. My grades started to go down the drain, and my musical career wouldn't take off. I played in some pretty sketchy bars. But there was something I didn't know. At the same time, Singe sought talent. Him and my old teacher went way back. Singe tried to reach out to him, only to learn the truth of what happened. That and who he left everything to. remember the last time I played in a bar. I took note of a man sitting in the corner. He looked way too fancy to be a patron. It turns out it was Singe. He came to see what I was all about. After the show, he offered me a job. I guess the student surpassed the teacher. But isn't that the way it usually is? I went to the dean at my college. I told her that I had to leave. I found my calling in the world of music. But she gave me a firm no. Not because she wouldn't let me go, but because she wouldn't let me study while abroad. It seemed like everything was good again. My grades in school dramatically increased, and I gained... Oh. I guess I read that wrong. Maybe it was that did let him study abroad, because he's talking about his grades increasing, so he was studying abroad. Okay. Sorry. And I gained fame as a talented guitarist. But to be honest, that's not what I liked. I got gratification from something else. I was finally part of a loving family. For the first time in my life, I was valued. Grades and fame have nothing on that. It seems like a happy ending, doesn't it? Boy, was I ever wrong. This family is getting torn apart, too. He starts to fade away again. I reach out and try to grab him. Hey, do me one favor, would you? Tell Shock I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so hard on him. And make sure he never gives up. I know exactly what he's feeling right now. Help him stay strong with music. And with that, Rocker's gone. My attempts to grab him were in vain. And soon enough, I feel that familiar rush of inertia. I guess Tara waited for me to finish with Rocker. I have no idea how to explain it, but I'm thankful. If Rocker wasn't really gone, perhaps I could save everybody else too. I entered Tara with a renewed hope. Damn. Player's residence, oh god. So, you had a chat with Kalen. I assume that everything went as planned? Yes, Riley. He believes that I will set him free. Oh, god damn it. Again with the double crossing. Everyone double crosses everyone. God damn. He believes that I will set them free in exchange for protection from you. Excellent. The trap has sprung. I have to say I'll relish in their deaths. Kalen and Kaboo have been a major thorn. But it gets even better than that, player. Righty is en route as we speak. Same goes for Endymion and Conrad. All of the opposition in one place. It won't be too hard to take them out. And you think I wanted you to get caught. And you think I wanted you to get caught. I'm sorry for that, Riley. The evidence just lined up. I see now that you only wanted to help. Today, all of my enemies will perish. You are a master strategist. I couldn't have done this alone. And to think I had you all wrong. God damn it, really? You will actually save me in the end. I'm grateful to have you by my side. And I'm grateful to serve. But we can't just stop it then. Your entire prison is full, remember? Right. All of those immigrants. We must ensure that none of them are freed. If they get out, they would testify. What would you advise? We can't have them talking. I'm glad that you asked, and I've come up with a great solution. You're going to burn down the house. The flames will ensure that nobody talks. I'll move Kalen's corpse to the front yard. It won't be hard to plant some evidence that will frame King Velasquez. People will quickly desire his death, and this time you won't have any protection, not from Righty or Endymion and Conrad. Why, when he is murdered, the throne is yours. You'll be king before the week is out. I can't believe you planned all of this. Now I know why you're being so secretive. You couldn't have afforded any objections. Precisely. It required some very careful planning, but everybody has a weakness of some sort. Righty has a weakness for Kalen. Kalen has a weakness for Kaboo. And that special earthling in our cell, well, that's Endymion and Conrad's weakness. It didn't take much to line everything up. So with that, there are no more obstacles. Why don't you join me for a drink? To the reign of our new king, player. Yes, to the reign of our new king. Really, Yeah, Rocker's still on there. Yeah, it still says Rook affection -1, but everyone else. What the fuck kind of sense does that make? Singe, you have to listen to me. We'll die if we stay here any longer. Rook, it's not that simple. You don't run with a gun pointed at you. I don't know how many times I can say this. They'll take it as a provocation. We must remain docile and obey them. Remember what William did, Rook? If he didn't obey, we'd all be dead. I guess you're right. Speaking of which, where is William? Resting. The ordeal was very trying. I'm afraid they passed out soon after. But they'll be safe from now on. It's true what the culprit said. It's up to us to mitigate the damage. Trying to run away would kill us all. Knowing that, would you still run away? If you do it, you could kill us all. Is that how you want to repay Keela? His sacrifice gave us our lives. We can't squander this gift. Gift, huh? Man, this is going to be a PR nightmare. Keela didn't even get to sign the waivers. Things haven't exactly gone as planned. But Rook, I have to tell you something. Something that can never leave this room. What is it? I started to dig a little deeper, into Keela's history. I wanted to notify his next of kin. But I couldn't find any. And he didn't get to fill out any forms, so we don't have emergency contact info. I guess his family stayed under the radar. That's hard to do in this day and age, to be honest. It was the same with Akron. Looking him up gave me next to nothing. It's like we have ghosts on the tour. Methinks there's fuckery going on. So what are we going to do then? People want answers, Singe. That's exactly the problem. I've never been more clueless in my life. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out some paper. He places it face down on the table in front of Rook. Huh? This is what you must never repeat. Only turn it over if you want to give me your vow. Only turn it over if you give me your vow. It's all I could find in my research. Rook hesitates for a moment, utterly confused. I know that people will want answers, but announcing Keela's death to the world, I fear it'll only cause confusion. Rook gulps and he slowly turns over the paper. A moment later, he looks up at Singe in shock. But this is... That's right. It's an obituary... Motherfuck, I knew some shit. I don't know who we lost to that bomb, but the real Keela has been dead for months. You I knew some shit was going on. My vision slowly returns, along with the sense of touch. I'm greeted to a damp floor beneath me. My hands rest in a puddle of moisture, and I shiver. Much colder than when I returned to the hotel room. I concentrate, trying to remember what happened. And that's when the unpleasant memories assault me, attacked by the servant of Lord Player. He must have taken me here and choked me after choking me unconscious. But where am I exactly? That's what confuses me. As I try to remember, I bring myself to my knees. I brace myself on a nearby wall for support. I don't think I'm a prisoner, as I'm not chained up. I look around frantically, my stomach growls. Wherever I am, there's definitely a shortage of food. After a few moments pass, I bring myself to my feet. It took a little while to gather the strength. I make my way over to the door of the cell. Of course it's locked. Why wouldn't it be? The hope that existed for a moment quickly shattered. I grip the bars, as if by instinct. A moment later, I see something in the corner of my eye. A shadow slowly walks in across my field of vision. I back away. I don't want them to notice me. My only assumption is that this was some sort of guard. I can see them turn around and make their way back, but suddenly something intercepts their path. Oh shit. I see the shapely silhouette of a woman. Upon seeing them, the guard calls out in shock. It's very apparent that she's not supposed to be here. But she knows this as well, and takes action. A swift, stylish punch to the throat silences him. He grasps for air and falls to the ground helpless. I hate it when they won't go down easy. It's no fun without a fight. Oh, I hate it when they do go down easy. God damn it, with these... motherfucker. The guard tries crawling away, fearing for his life, but she crouches down and punches his face into the dirt. So, do you have any last words? Something that could change my mind. I'm not all about killing, you know. I watch the guard squirm and attempt to speak, but it's quite clear that she's mocking him. She pulls out a blade and quickly slits his throat. The floor becomes stained with a fountain of blood. I hope you can find peace in death. At this point, my back is against the wall. I see her fiddle with his pocket and find some keys. After inspecting them closely, she turns to me. What are you doing all the way back there? Do you not want to get out or something? Come a little closer. Let me see that pretty face of yours. After a brief pause, she looks back at the guard. Oh, don't worry. You're not going to end up like him. I'm being paid handsomely to keep you alive. She fiddles with the lock, and I become more relaxed. At a few moments pass, the cell door swings open. There we go. Jesus Christ. Gosh, there's so much blood. And people wonder why I wear red. Get up, love. You're coming with me. She smiles at me and helps me get on my feet. But this is all too confusing to take in stride. Goddamn, dude. What, is something wrong? Don't go getting cold feet, dear. Not when we're so close to the end. I'm not scared. I'm just confused. I have no idea who she is or who's paying her. I decide that these are good questions to open with. Well, you can call me Sam. But your other question has a longer answer, so let's move. I hate wasting time. She immediately runs off, expecting me to follow. I guess she didn't have a choice in the matter. I just have to hope that she is forthcoming with the rest, so I follow her in search of answers and freedom. Yes, I'd like to save my game, and actually, that's the end of this episode. So, thank y'all very much for watching this episode of almost said extracurricular activities. God damn. Why is Rocker still there? I've been the trained unprofessional, speaking for the voices in my head. When I say until next time, I didn't say until on the next episode we'll be doing all that other stuff, but that's because we're continuing the game in there. Fare thee well. Bye, everyone. Oh boy, I like that sound. Oh, shut up. Don't be creepy. Don't be fucking creepy, dude.